Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back to Echoed Intuition. All right, where we speak about everyday life things, things that are happening to you, experiences that you are going through, um, contingencies, restrictions that have been placed upon you throughout society, throughout relationships, throughout time. Okay, so we speak on those things here at Echoed Intuition. And today I'm going to get started. Our topic today is that's not my insecurity. So I always start from experience, and that experience is coming from me, Nicole. I'm your host. So I'm still trying this love. At the end of the day, I'm still trying this love thing. I'm not out here, pretending I've got it all figured out. I'm not here saying I'm perfect or that I don't have things I want to work on within myself. I do. But what I won't allow is for someone else to project their insecurities onto me and call them mine. I'm not doing that. So, because real love shouldn't feel like being on trial all the time. Love shouldn't make you defend your worth or your confidence. I mean, I've lived through enough. I've loved enough. I've cried enough, and I've risen through enough to know that when I stand in my truth, I stand secure in it. Okay, no cap. And maybe that's the whole point of this journey, this love thing. Okay, this love that would like KO my logic and send my emotions reeling in a good way. Okay, so learning how to keep showing up even after the disappointments, even after the projections, even after people tried to, make me feel like I was less than what I am. I keep showing up for myself because I know what I deserve. And that's the main thing that we want to talk about. What you deserve, what can be tolerated, what can't be tolerated. What are your icebreakers? What are your hell no, I'm not doing that. What are those things? Okay? So always feel free to comment in the chat. I do respond to messages, so always feel free to comment in the chat. Make sure you share this podcast as well. I would greatly appreciate it. Um, because it's not just you. You ain't the only one that's going through stuff. I know, because I'm not so unique that I'm the only one that's going through it. Okay. So, with that being said, again, I'm still trying to figure out this love thing. I'm still trying to figure out how to give love and receive love in a way that honors me without shrinking myself to fit someone else's comfort zone. I mean, and even if that means calling out disrespect, if that means saying, no, I'm not insecure, I'm actually secure enough to know when you're crossing the line. That part right there. Because this is me still trying this love thing, still growing, still learning, still loving with rawness, with truth, with all the scars and all the beauty that comes with it. So, I said all of that to say that today we're going to talk about something that's so real, something that so many of us experience but don't always name. People placing secure insecurities on us that don't even belong to us. You heard my phone go off? That was confirmation. You know what I'm talking about. When someone tries to make you the insecure one, when the reality you're just holding your ground, protecting your space and calling out disrespect. So let's get this record straight, okay? I'm gonna start by saying that I'm a secure woman. I know who I am. I know what I bring, and I know what I'm still working on. Sure, there are things I'd like to change or grow within myself, but I don't move through life bound by insecurity. What I don't do is allow people to mistake my voice for insecurity. There is a difference between being insecure and simply refusing to tolerate disrespect. Okay? I mean, that's just period. All right. So, one of the hardest things, and let's talk about your voice right now. So, one of the hardest things in a relationship is when people place those insecurities on you that you don't have. I'm a secure person, and again, there are things about me that I want to change, that I want to work on. Okay, but I face them head on and I own them. That's not insecurity. That's accountability. The problem comes in when someone takes their own insecurities, their own behaviors, their own projections, and tries to hang them on your shoulders. And that's exactly what I've lived through. Okay? So let's talk about this projection game. Okay? We're going to talk about projection. Projection is when someone takes their own feelings, their guilt, or their behavior and projects it onto you. So they don't have to face themselves. That's how I see it. Instead of admitting, yeah, I crossed the line or I disrespected you, they say, you're insecure. They flip the script. And if you're not grounded in who you are, you'll start questioning your own self. Okay, I have definitely experienced that before. Like, hold up, wait a minute. I'm Nicole. What? Hell no, that ain't me. Okay. It sometimes it'll make you start wondering, am I really insecure? But let me tell you, speaking up is not insecurity. Calling out disrespect is not insecurity. Protecting your boundaries is not insecurity. That's called self-respect. And if somebody can't handle that, that's on them. I mean, real talk. That's real business. If you can't handle it, then that is on you. So, why do people even do this? Why are they projecting? Okay? So we're going to go just a little bit deeper. Why do people project insecurities onto others? Well, because it's easier than facing themselves. It's easier to say, you're not the problem than to admit it. I crossed the line. It's easier to say you're insecure to admit I than to admit I disrespected you. Real talk. And if they can make you believe it, they never have to change. That's why it's so important to know yourself, to be rooted in your security, because if you don't, you'll start believing their projections. Or you'll start believing that those very projections are the truth, and they're not. So when someone tells me I'm insecure, I smile because I know it's not me. They're describing themselves, and that's something they have to face, not me. Okay. So this situation, this is not something that I'm just speaking on just to be speaking on it. Excuse me. But this is like real life. They don't want this message out, okay? All right, so this is real life. Oh, all right. I have been told these words. So these words have been thrown at me. You're jealous. You are insecure. Or the words were, I believe that you are jealous. And I believe that you are insecure. Okay. For example, second date, he winks at the waitress. Little young girl. Like, why are you winking? Why? You don't know her. And don't forget, I'm sitting right here. But hey, that right there is a prime example. Okay. And then to turn and say, you know, I'm a people watcher. But here's my thing. If you're watching people, then why can't we laugh together? You know what I'm saying? Why not bring me into that conversation? Why is it something I have to notice instead of or just being able to laugh together? Because to me, it doesn't feel like people watching. It feels like lingering, keep looking. When you stay focused on someone else, that's no longer innocent. It's disrespect. Okay? So, um when it comes down to it, I can always give examples. I can't tell you how many times I've heard it. You're insecure, you're jealous, you're making things up. And every time it's been a deflection, a cover up, because the truth is I was calling out behavior they didn't want to admit to. And if you've been there, then you know exactly what I mean. Okay? So let's talk about a real life example. Let's talk about a real life example. Okay. So probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I took my best friend on a beach trip, and I met these two guys there, or we met these two guys there. And um one of them was fond of me. And this gentleman, older man, very established, um, some kind of big fire chief up in DC, but really established, had himself together. Uh, a Libra, I won't forget that. That balance. But anyway, met him. He asked if I would like to join him and his family member, because it was family that he was with. But he asked if we would like to go to the strip club, and I said sure. I, I didn't have a problem with that. So even if it was just for the weekend, I mean, he treated me with intention. I mean, he asked me out. He asked, if I was okay with where they were going, which was a strip club. And when we got there, he handed me $100. Then he paid another $300 for a VIP private dance for me. For me. And while she danced for me, I even sent her over to him. I told her, dance for him, okay? And it wasn't so much that I didn't want her to dance for me. I mean, he got it for me and she danced for me. But guess what? We in here together. I want you to take pleasure in it too. Okay? What is the point of us coming here if we not going to pleasure ourselves and looking and enjoying, okay? So, um with that being said, now tell me, does that sound like a jealous, insecure woman? Absolutely not. That woman standing that's a woman, and I am a woman standing in my security, comfortable with who I am, comfortable in my position, and I'm not threatened by anyone else. Okay? Truly, I am not threatened by anyone else. Another gentleman that I actually dated. With him, I was probably in the strip club probably twice a week with him. Okay? And you know what? He paraded me in there like I was his trophy every time. Sure. I mean, there's women everywhere. It's a strip club, but I never felt insecure because he made sure that I knew that no matter who was dancing, no matter who was looking, who was there, no matter what eyes were on him or what body he had eyes on, okay? I was the one that he wanted. And he showed me security in action. Okay. There's a difference. A secure man builds security in his woman. Okay. An insecure man deflects and projects his guilt back onto her. Literally. All right. So, with that being said, with that being said, let's break down the difference. See, there's nothing wrong with looking. We're human. We notice beauty, okay? Beauty. We notice attraction, but there's a difference between looking once and lingering. There's a difference between observing and disrespecting. And when you call that difference out, when you hold someone accountable, that's not insecurity. That's clarity. That's respect for yourself. And anyone who tries to label you as insecure in that moment is trying to gaslight you into silence. They don't want you to expose them. They don't want you to speak on that, or they don't want you to tell those parts. Okay? So, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up and let's close it out. Okay. So, here's the lesson that I want to leave with you all. There's nothing wrong with speaking up for yourself. There's nothing wrong with calling out disrespect. Don't ever let anyone tell you that protecting your boundaries makes you insecure. If it doesn't, it makes you self-respecting. It makes you sovereign. And sovereign means you get to decide the energy that you carry, and that energy you leave with them. Okay, so if someone tried to tell you you're insecure when you know you're not, stand in that clarity. Let them keep their projections. Pass the ball back. Shit, pass them balls back. All right, and walk in the truth that your security is not up for debate, baby. It ain't up for debate. Because security isn't silent, it's discernment, and discernment is literally, it's power. So here's what I want you to take away, loves. Again, don't let anyone tell you who you are when you know yourself. Don't let someone place the label of insecurity on you when what you're doing is speaking up, setting standards, and refusing to tolerate less than respect. Real insecurity or real security isn't about never looking, never noticing. It's about making sure your person feels seen, even when you're surrounded by distractions. And if they can't do that, then maybe the insecurity was never yours to begin with. So I thank you all so much for listening to this episode. Okay. And this, if this did resonate with you guys, make sure that you make sure that you're sharing, make sure that you're commenting. What are some things that you want to talk about? Okay. Share this with someone who needs the reminder. And remember, you are not insecure for demanding respect. You're not jealous for asking for clarity. You're secure enough to call out the truth. And sometimes that's the most powerful position you can be in. Thank you once again for joining Echoed Intuition. Until the next time. See ya.